Yeah. Hey man, you ever felt unstoppable? That's the team, right? I said, welcome to the new world. Welcome to the new world. Hey, yo, John got it.
What if I told you I was super bad and ain't no grave gonna hold me down and I put that on Johnny Cash?
Well, I don't know, but I hope somebody has got the back signal up tonight because we're going to need Adam West, guys. We're going to need the original Batman. I hope they've got his signals up. I hope that he sees it, and I hope him and the Boy Wonder can help out in this situation. And so let's just get right into the story tonight and what I got for you. As I was scrolling my YouTube feed for a change, this was not on Twitter. This was actually on my YouTube feed. This one came across. I was kind of shocked and blown away by this. This whatever you want to call it, video popped up here that we're fixing to watch. This is coming out of California, and yeah, why so serious? I'm not serious. I'm never serious. Never ever am I serious. But anyway, what happened was I seen this video. This video popped up here, and I started watching this. I just started laughing. It was so surreal what this was about. So we're gonna watch this. It's we got about 5-6 minutes here of this video. We're gonna watch. I'm gonna stop, do the whole commentary thing, whatever. But this just ludicrous. Anyways, let's just get right into it here.
Well, Dan, your public money paid for the trip last week by the sheriff's investigators. 4 round-trip plane tickets, 3 nights of hotels, meals, rental cars, and a lot of overtime. All because of a friend of the sheriff can't wait for his Batmobile.
Real estate is a lot like surfing.
Sam Adagnostio is a real estate agent who lives in Atherton.
And suddenly, the perfect wave shows right up in front of you. You got to be ready to catch it.
When the perfect wave shows up in front of you, you gotta be ready to catch it. And let me tell you something, guys. This is a wave, but I don't think it's the kind of wave that he was expecting. This is a shit river wave, a tsunami of shit. It's just a flash flood of shit. There's so many different words phrases you could turn here on this, but anyway, this guy here, his name is Sam Agnostu, I believe his name was. Let's just back this up here just a bit here.
Can't wait for his Batmobile.
Real estate is a lot like surfing.
Sam Adagnostio
Yes,
is a
Sam
real estate agent
Adagnostio.
who lives in Atherton.
Anyway, he's the real estate agent, and as you can see here of this little clip here, he loves toys. He loves these little customized golf carts here and stuff. He sells top end luxury homes, and like I say, he's one of these top end real estate agents out in California. And anyway, just wait and see what he did
Expensive
here.
toys. He ordered a $210,000 Batmobile from the only builder licensed by DC Comics, Fiberglass Freaks of Logansport, Indiana.
You've wanted one since you were a kid, and now you can have your very own replica of the Batmobile.
Complete with roll-top dashboard,
Yeah.
flashing beacon.
Now, as a man of a particular age, I watched this TV series. I watched the original movie that launched the TV series. And, this is what they refer to as the 66 Batman, or Batman 66. And this is this company over in Logansport, Indiana. I don't know if you caught that or not. They are the only licensed, I guess you'd call it, replica makers of the Batmobile, the 66 Batmobile, by Warner Brothers. So if you want a authentic replica, you have to go to them, and the price tag is $210,000.
Light, detectoscope.
And even a working flamethrower.
Owner
Flamethrower.
Mark Raycup has 9 Batmobiles in production. He tells me Anagnosio was first in line and he paid $170,000, but then missed a $20,000 payment.
And he disappeared on me for over 8 months, almost 9 months.
Raycup moved Anagnosio to the bottom of the list. He'd have to wait a year and a half or 2 for his Batmobile.
He didn't like that. He
Uh-oh.
exploded. He did pay off the entire car at that point, but he was absolutely livid to find out that his car was going to be delayed.
Anagnosio filed a complaint with Atherton Police, but last September, the San Mateo County District Attorney declined to bring criminal charges at this time, according to this letter to the Batmobile builder. Anagnosio also filed a lawsuit in San Mateo County.
So let's back up that. Let's read this letter here. It says, Dear Mark Rokop, I guess is how you say it. That's the owner of the business where these Batmobiles are replicated, made, or whatever, right? And says here, you are hereby notified that the district attorney has determined that no criminal charges will be filed at this time arising out of the above referenced police report. You are not required to appear in court on the date you agreed to appear. However, if you post a bail bond, please contact the bail bond company for the status of the bond. If you've posted the entire bail amount in cash and the bail was ordered exonerated, please allow 4 to 6 weeks for the refund of your cash bail. Should further investigation into this matter result in filing of criminal charges, you will be notified by mail of your new appearance court date. Very truly yours, Stephen M. Wagstaff, District Attorney. Okay. So they looked at it, said there's nothing here criminal, and decided not to prosecute. Okay.
This letter to the Batmobile builder. Anagnosio also filed a lawsuit in San Mateo County Superior Court alleging breach of contract and fraud, but this past March, a judge dismissed the case, saying Indiana is the proper venue. Then, sources inside the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department tell me the realtor asked his Facebook friend, Sheriff Carlos Bolanos, to intervene. He sent a lieutenant, sergeant, and 2 deputies to Indiana.
A detective, a sergeant, and 2 sheriff's deputies. Now, mind you, all on the taxpayer's dime. Flew them over there, round trip, had to, oh boy.
They raided Fiberglass Freaks last week, July 19th.
Then they showed the warrant saying that they were here to seize anything to do with his car. So I thought, oh, they're coming in to pick up his car, which is right behind me, by the way. So I thought I was going to have to move my other Batmobiles out of the way to be able to let them take this car.
But investigators took only 2 files of documents, according to the search warrant return. Raycup says they read his Miranda rights, brought him to the local jail for an hour, but let him go. He only later found out they got a warrant for his Gmail, contacts, and photos, that they froze his bank account and charged him in California with 2 felonies, obtaining money by false pretenses and diversion of construction funds.
I was horrified. I've never gone through anything like this ever before in my life. I am on the side of good. I as a Batman fan since I was 2 years old, this was a completely opposite side. I loved 66 Batman, and Batman always stood with the law.
I interviewed the
So this real estate agent orders a $210,000 Batmobile. He makes a down payment of whatever it was, $120,000 or whatever it was. Okay. And then when his next installment was to be made, he disappeared for 8 to 9 months. The guy said 8, almost 9 months. Never paid the remaining or next installment or whatever. So so therefore now his name is moved to the back of the line. And so and then let's see here. Hang on a second here. Where is it at? Put this. I have an article here. Yeah, bring this okay. In this article here, it said that, um, yeah, he ordered $210,000 Batmobile from the builder. This is only licensed builder. Um, and then it goes on to say that had nine, but he missed a $20,000 payment and disappeared on me for 8 months, almost 9 months. He moved Agenosto to the bottom of the list. He'd have to wait a year and a half or two for his Batmobile. Recop says he didn't like that. He exploded. He did pay off the entire car at that point, but he was absolutely livid to find out his car was going to be delayed. He filed a complaint with the Atherton Police, but last September, the San Mateo County District Attorney declined to bring criminal charges. Okay, so we covered that. And then he says sources inside the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department tell the I-Team's Don Nayos that the realtor asked his Facebook friend, which they covered on that. And so anyway, let's see, what was it here? Yeah, they froze his bank account. I guess what he was wanting was his money and stuff back, but the problem was, according to this article, that he had already spent the money to buy the necessary components and parts that he had to have for the to build the car, which to me sounds, very logical. I mean, I'm sure he doesn't just have stuff, sitting around in stock for things like this, for these specialty builds. So let's see what else this has to say here.
San Mateo County Deputy District Attorney prosecuting this case.
You wrote a letter to Ray Cup in September of last year saying that there would be no criminal charges. What changed?
Additional investigation. The detectives were able to obtain search warrants and obtain additional evidence.
Marie McLaughlin would not discuss that additional evidence or the sheriff's unusual step of sending 4 investigators across the country for what Ray Cup argues is a simple business dispute.
After the case went nowhere with the first criminal case, the civil case, is the sheriff stepping in for a friend here?
I can't speak to that. I have no knowledge about what relationship, if any, the sheriff has with the victim.
I wanted to talk to Sheriff Bolanos about Sam Edignostio and about the
What'd the
use
sheriff
of
have to
public
say?
funds. 4 round-trip airline tickets,
Okay.
hotels for 3 nights, meals.
Three nights? Why would they need hotels for 3 nights? They should have been able to get all this stuff. Anyway.
Overtime. He didn't return my repeated calls and texts to his personal cell phone. His office confirmed he's away on a month of vacation. He leaves office in January after losing the election. The undersheriff now in charge, Mark Robbins, and the department spokesman, Lieutenant Eamon Allen, refused my request for an interview, citing the ongoing investigation.
I just can't imagine why it's in criminal court. It shocks me that it's in criminal court.
I ran the case by Tony Brass, former prosecutor for San Francisco and the U.S. Attorney's Office. He says this squabble over a luxury item, the Batmobile, belongs in Indiana civil court, with no involvement by the San Mateo County Sheriff's Department.
It simply defies reason, in my view, why so many people, so many high-ranking members of law enforcement would have to go and enforce something so unnecessary and so trivial.
I did reach Sam Edignostio by phone in Greece where he's on vacation. He was surprised when I asked about the Batmobile. He said, quote, "I'm dealing with someone privately on that." I asked him, "Who's that?" He hung up.
Investigating this story, I learned something more about Mark Ray Cup. He's a minister.
Good.
I watched his church sermon this past Sunday online.
It's the only thing that helps me through this, Dan. I should expect trials and tribulations. It's just part of being a Christian. And as a preacher, this is an attempt to besmirch my reputation.
Besmirch his reputation. And here's the thing too, right? This is kind of what I kind of wonder about that last statement by this guy, right? I'm wondering if he's going to maybe pursue other recourses or other actions or whatever, you might want to call it. This thing kind of interested or made me laugh and chuckle because here's a rich guy, right? Has some money, has a couple of coins to throw around, decides to buy him this by himself, treating, this little luxury item and stuff. And then all of a sudden he misses a payment, and he gets bumped to of course, what it's really going to boil down to, right, is what does the contract say? What did he sign? What did he stipulate to, right? Like, for example, if you miss a payment, does this guy, the owner of this replica shop, if you miss a payment, does he then have the right to bump you down the line, to give it to the next person, give them the opportunity to pay and get their. And if there's something in the contract that states that or stipulates that, I would say probably he doesn't have a leg to stand on. It does look like, or it sounds from the way that this news article, and of course, truth be told or whatever, we know that the media can spin things and kind of present things in a skewed manner, whatever. But I read several different articles on this from several different news sources. And every one of them really did question why we went from the prosecuting attorney's office saying they looked at the evidence that was filed, said, we're not going to press charges. A judge dismissed a civil one saying this has to go over to Indiana because that's where the business resides, to all of a sudden we're flying 4 sheriff's department employees clear across the country from California, right? We're going to incur the cost of 4 round-trip airfare tickets. We're going to incur the cost of 3 nights in a hotel, okay? The meals and stuff that would come for these 4 individuals while they're on this 3-day excursion to walk away with nothing more than 2 manila folders or 2 whatever it said there, the 2 files, of documentation concerning this. That's really interesting, but why it took them 3 days to get that information, or to get those 2 files. It's also interesting how the sheriff's department saying, well, it's an ongoing investigation. We're not comment on it. I guess that's kind of, to be expected, but it just looks fishy to me. There's something, whatever. And I'm going to do my best to try to kind of follow this story, and maybe I'll bring you guys an update, either here on this channel, or I'll bring it up on the Clear as Mud. But anyway, I found it interesting because as a child of the 60s and growing up as a kid watching the TV series and stuff, I just found this kind of interesting. And I kind of found it interesting that you had this rich, spoilt real estate agent kind of throwing a temper tantrum and crying, because he wasn't, treated extra special, whatever. Well, dude, you made an agreement. You agreed to a certain contract, and when it came time to pay the next installment, you didn't do it. That's on you and you alone. So anyway, that's all I got for you. If you're looking for something else to do this evening, I know Dead on Dave is live right now over on Twitch. You can find him, Twitch TV /Dead on Dave. Go over there and follow him, hang out with him this evening. And anyway, that's going to be it for tonight. I appreciate your time. Love your faces, and we'll see you later.